Imagine a scenario where one of Liverpool's most promising defenders is on the verge of leaving the club for free, and you'll understand the gravity of Ibrahima Konate's contract situation. The Frenchman has entered the final year of his contract, and negotiations for a new deal have hit a roadblock. But here's the thing. Liverpool are right not to beg Konate to stay, despite his undeniable talent. With the help of our partners at FotMob, let's delve into the world of contract negotiations and explore the reasoning behind both parties' stances. Konate's uncertain future is a pressing concern, as he'll become a free agent next summer if a new contract isn't signed. Real Madrid is already lurking, waiting to pounce on the centre-back as a potential bargain signing. The situation is at an impasse, with Liverpool reportedly unwilling to beg anyone to remain, as Konate stalls for a better package. The club won't break the bank for the 26-year-old, who's aware that he has a small window for a significant pay rise on a long-term contract. Both parties have valid arguments, and it's essential to consider the factors influencing their decisions. One major concern is Konate's long history with injuries, which has limited his playing time since joining Liverpool. For instance, he's only recently eclipsed 2,000 league minutes in a season, with his minutes played in the Premier League being 2,565 minutes in 2024-25, 1,573 minutes in 2023-24, 1,551 minutes in 2022-23, 990 minutes in 2021-22, and 694 minutes in the Bundesliga in 2020-21, while the club has faith in their medical department to maintain an upward trend. This factor will undoubtedly impact their financial offer to Konate. On the other hand, Konate's aerial ability is one of his biggest strengths, with him winning 70.8% of his aerial duels in the Premier League last season. This puts him in the top 12% of centre-backs, comparable to the likes of Virgil van Dijk, who won 72.1% of his aerial duels. Konate's consistency, however, is a concern. While he's comparable to the best in the game on his day, his performance can be erratic, especially when Van Dijk is not by his side. For example, he earned a rating of just 5.6 out of 10 at Fulham and 8 out of 10 at Leicester, showcasing the inconsistency that Liverpool will be taking into account during contract negotiations. Van Dijk, on the other hand, has averaged a rating of 7.4 out of 10 in the league so far in 2025-26, highlighting the gap between the two players. Liverpool are right to be pragmatic about Konate's contract demands, considering his injury history and inconsistency. The ideal scenario would be for Konate to extend his contract and play his prime years at Anfield, but the club won't bend over backwards to meet his demands if they deem them excessive. With investments in Giovanni Leone and a potential move for Marc Guehi, Liverpool will be asking themselves if Konate is consistent enough and capable of overcoming injuries to warrant a hefty investment. The club's pragmatic approach is sensible, and it's clear that Konate is not in the same irreplaceable category as Van Dijk and Mo Salah. Reaching a conclusion with Konate sooner rather than later will be beneficial for all parties involved. But here's where it gets controversial. Do you think Liverpool should prioritize Konate's contract extension, or should they focus on other defensive signings? And this is the part most people miss. What role do you think Konate's injury history should play in the contract negotiations? Should the club take a risk on him, or is it time to look elsewhere? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. FotMob is an essential app for every fan to stay up to date with their team or follow football worldwide, with endless stats and features that offer all you could ever want and never knew you needed. You can download the FotMob app here.